You're like literally a whore. You're literally a whore. Like you live and breathe on sucking my dick. And I mean that from your
We
mouth
should
to your
keep
mouth
going.
pussy.
Let's go find hotel.
Like you're literally a whore. Like quite literally, you're just my whore. Quite literally. So like, if you can come over and just put your lips all over my cock, then bitch, please, you're a fucking bunny girl, bitch. Literally, you're a bunny girl. You're a literal bunny girl. So learn what you're. Damn, you were
All
partying
the
where?
world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Oh, fuck
I
me.
stand before it,
Just
alone and
fuck me,
unchanging.
please. Just do it. Damn, bitch. Just come all over this dick. That's all I'm really asking for you to do. That's all I'm really asking, man. Is that you get up, sit down, and cock, and never fucking leave. Never, ever. You wouldn't even be allowed to see the light of day. You wouldn't even be allowed to understand shit. I would genuinely turn you into a literal condom that no one could understand. And I would only ever be fucking you. While these bitches make believe that I'm fucking them. You are that much of a whore. So please stop wasting my time and just come over here before I go to your place and literally beat the shit out of you. Because that's my next step. It's my next step.
The world
So
remains
literally come
constant
and
over the
beat the shit out of
centuries,
you.
but human life is like the dew at
Oh
dawn,
my
or a
god, bro,
bubble
your butt
rising
is
through
so
water,
big and so fit,
transitory.
bro, please. Like, bitch, you look like you do too much in life. Like, I try, oh my god. I'm gonna keep killing your shit, please, please. I'm sorry, bro. I will go to sleep and never wake up, please. Please.
Inactivity serves no
I don't care.
purpose whatsoever.
Pussy. I don't care. I don't care what this is. So sick. I don't care. I just want to. So if you could, the day that you do, just make sure that you know that I raped the hell out of you. I just want you to know that. I did. I made you scream, bitch. Bitch, I made you scream. I made you call me daddy. Oh my god. And bitches like this make no goddamn sense to me. Is that a zipper in her back? I'm sorry, what is that? That's gotta be a zipper. Oh my god, it unzips the entire way. Oh, this bitch is a slut. She loves sucking dick. She does. On her off time, she just shows off who she is. She's a whore. She's literally a whore. Literally, this bitch is a whore. Literally, she's a whore. She's a literal. God damn it. Yo, what the hell? Life isn't fair, man. Life isn't fair I couldn't even beat my meat hard enough. Please, bro, somebody help me. How do you pull for a character like this? In my life, personally, I'd rape her. And I want the world to send me to jail for it. Just so I could wake up one day and it could be me and her only. And now she's calling me back. Literally, all I do is talk about raping her, and then she calls me. That's all I do. Talk about raping you, and you call me. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, auntie.
Hey.
Why do I feel like you've been ducking and avoiding me? Because, like, I called you. Did you decline it? No, wait. No. Bump everything else. You didn't tell me you love me. And I don't believe that you said that you did. I have to hear it. If I don't hear it, then I won't know. I can tell. Auntie. You don't love me, do you?
Dominic, I don't know what's going on with you, but
No. There isn't anything going on with me.
Yeah, no,
But the last time we was on the phone, and you said you did. No. Because I want to say, the time that I called you, and it was, I think I asked you for your Disney Plus. Like every time I would call you and talk to you, and then right before I'm about to hang up, you hang up so fast. And I always look and I'm like, I have so much more to say. Why? Just like, why?
Dominic, you weren't saying nothing on the phone yesterday.
No, I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm not talking about yesterday.
But anytime you get on the phone with me, you don't say nothing. You called me the other day, and no, maybe a couple of weeks ago, during the day, and you were on a video game, and then you started talking about the Bible and God's not real and something. Like, you called me, I'm working, and you called me to say that.
No. I didn't say. No, I'm listening.
Dominic, you were like just going on, and I'm like, you called me for this?
No, I called you for like a multitude
Dominic,
of reasons.
I don't pick up calls for people
But
to
at the
just
same,
talk.
time, though,
I'm not
like,
about it. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm too old to entertain your thoughts just because you want to get it off your chest. Like, I don't know what anime is, and you were showing me anime on your TV and talking about God. That's exactly what you were doing. I'm like, why would you call somebody? Like, why would you stop me from working to do that? Call me because it's something important, but don't call me because you're bored. And that's exactly what you did. You called me because you were bored.
I didn't call you because I was bored.
Okay, why did you call me? Because it wasn't important.
Well, no,
You have to understand where
I know.
I'm coming from.
I always.
If every time, Dominic, if every time you call me and it's just because you're bored, and I say because you're bored because it's not important, I'm not going to pick up the phone.
That's not true.
It's almost as if you call me, you're playing on my phone.
Auntie, that's not true.
Dominic,
there are some times that I call you, but like it'll literally just be to like talk to you, just to check up on you, kind of like just talk to you.
But Dominic, I've tried to do that in text, and it'll take you days, sometimes weeks to even text back, and then I don't see no text, and then I'll text you again to see how you doing.
Auntie, we had this conversation last night, and I told you, I sent you an entire paragraph on, you told me you sent me a paragraph about your day. And I loved it so much because I was just like, wow, like, I read it and I was just like, this is substantial. So when I responded, and no, I responded to that, and I told you about my day, and I even told you about like I think I don't know if you said something about Shriva or whatever, but like I ended up saying something about Shriva too. So like when I had responded to you, you didn't respond back to that text at all.
No, you're right.
And like even in like past moments, like you personally, I prefer to talk to you on the phone. Like I'll text you, but I've always told you that like my issue with texting you is not that you don't text back, is that when you text back, you don't really respond to like the previous conversation. Because like text messages, like regardless of whether I take days to respond or not, the text is there. So like you know what I said previously. So like you could just respond to it, but you don't. Which is why I prefer just calling you, because I just get your answers a lot quicker.
Okay, got it.
And like I do go out of my way to like want to text you, but then you don't respond to me, and I always tell you that.
Dominic, okay, let me look at your text messages.
See. And then on top, okay, wait, and then the very last day, I told you, because like even when we were talking, I asked you for your Disney Plus. Like that entire, like the day I asked you for your Disney Plus, the day that you bought me groceries, the day that I called you about the groceries, and then the day that I asked you about my phone bill, or I talked to you about my phone bill, and even the day after that when you called me and told me that you paid, no, you texted me and told me that you paid it, but you called me, or I called you and we talked, you would like, I would always go out of my way to try to tell you that I love you, especially now too, because like I'm actually like really no because I'm so big on it too, because like remember before, like you would tell me that you love me and I would always go back with you and I would tell you like I don't really, not like I didn't like love, but like I didn't really know what it meant. And like
no,
now
you said
no because I told you
obligated to say it back.
That's not no, that's not what I was saying. I was telling you that like when I say I love a person, like I do, but when I hear what people talk about when it comes to love, it always just boils down to like evil stuff. So like I didn't have a full grasp on it. So that's why I was just like, people's perception of it was weird. Cause even when I was in the psych ward, I was telling you, I was like, auntie, like you'll tell me you love me, and I'm like, I love you also, but I won't tell you that I do. I would just say I like you, because like I was like, when people say love and then they say love backwards is evil, like if you spell it backwards it just spells evil. It was just like stuff like that that rubbed me the wrong way. So I wouldn't ever want to associate that with you. But like after I got past that, and it just took like several conversations with people in the family, like grandma, well not like Mrs. Edna Hazelwood, it was like Grandma Grace, um Auntie Ruthie, like I had like whole conversations about love and what it meant and stuff like that was done. So like after I kind of moved past that and I started like going out of my way to be like, auntie, I love you, it like over time, especially like when I was saying like on the days that like you paid the phone bill, you bought the groceries, and like other like just around that time. Oh, and also like I actually feel like the Disney Plus and stuff like that. Like I would go out on my way and I would try to be like, all right, take care, God bless, I love you, and you'll just like hang up so fast before I can get anything out, and I'll always scream and yell about it because like dad is right here. So like, well, I mean, he's not here right now. Well, I mean, he is here, but he's in the bathroom. But like, I'll literally go and I'll start screaming and yelling at him because like I'm literally trying to like, I will tell him that I be trying to tell you that I love you, but like you just hang up so fast and it like makes me so angry. Cause like now that I actually want to say it, cause like especially like the way you would say it too. Sometimes like you kind of like sound like you're singing it, and it's cool to me. But like now that like I go out of my way to be like I want to say it, you hang up so fast and it bothers me.
Okay, I gotcha.
No. What do you mean? No. Cause like I don't even like, cause you won't even tell me. It'll just be like whatever we were talking about, like we'll discuss it and it'll be done, and then you're just like hang up so fast. But I do know that you told me though that like you do get like a lot of calls, and I know your job is very demanding, and like even before, I mean, that was like during like the funeral, but like you were just telling me that like your phone's always like blowing up and stuff like that. So um it's like I try to find my way to go out. I try to find my way to kind of like still get to you, even though like I guess like I get it, like you're popular, like everybody wants to talk to you, but like it's still like at the end of the day, like I'm gonna get just like push all of them to the side and still kind of just say hi. And even if like I'm just calling you to get my thoughts out, like it's just because like at the end of the day, like I still want to talk to you, and I still just want to like just even on occasion just to just say hello. And also, I do know and understand that with your job, it's like I said, very demanding. So like if I call you or text you or whatever I do, I only ever do it to see if you're going to respond. And then if you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. I don't ever like, you know, kind of like get mad or like repress you or anything like that. I just call you here and there and then see if you respond. And then if you do, I kind of like take it from there. And then there are times that like the other day, like you were saying, I did have like anime on the TV, and like I was talking about God, and that's usually because like all my feed like it's just a bunch of like religion stuff. That's a lot of the stuff that I've been consuming recently. It's a lot about religion. So like there's a lot of things that I do want to talk about, and I do want to get off my chest, and I do get it off my chest. But there are things that I want to talk to you about and get off my chest to you. So it's not necessarily me just like blurting my thoughts out at you. It's more so just the fact that I have specific thoughts that I cater to you, that when I talk to you, I get out. If that makes sense.
A little. Makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, like it's just like specific conversational things that like I'll have that I only want to talk to you about. I only want to talk to you about. Yeah, there you go. So like it just gets to a point where like I prefer to talk to you in person about it, but like usually like half the time like if I'm there, or I think like the last time I was there or like at your place, I was there for maybe like 2 weeks, and like it was just because like I couldn't stay at like mom's place, like because like something with the landlord or whatever. Um, but like I didn't talk to you too much, but you did tell me, or like you would be like, oh, like you haven't asked me about like how to make it past my 30s, how many past my 20s, how many past my 30s, and like just a bunch of like life stuff, and like just like the way that I am in person. Sometimes like I just kind of like to take my time, but then like now that I'm here and I don't ever really, I'm not gonna say ever, but like I don't see myself being in Texas too soon. It just makes me want to call you more often, because like if I am going to talk to you, it would have to be over the phone. Just off of the simplicity that like I'm not living in Texas. So like I don't have access to just talk to you like every other Sunday, like whenever you would like just pop up to the house.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand that. I definitely understand that.
So like now, like when I do talk to you, like I don't, there are a bunch of things that I do need in my life, and like I'm very happy that you support me in a lot of it. But regardless of your support, I don't really like it, because whether you helped me out financially or not, it's not really the reason that I want you in my life. Um, which I don't want to come off wrong, because like I really do need you financially, but like realistically, the only real reason I want you in my life is because like I genuinely like your presence. So like when it comes to like talking to you, I don't like having to only call you when I need stuff, if that makes sense.
Dominic, you don't. I don't. Maybe you think you call me a lot to ask for something, but you don't. It's usually for something you need.
No, that's my main point though. Like for me myself, like I've noticed that like you're, I don't want to say busy, because you are busy, but more so that like you're um you have a lot going on. So like since you have a lot going on, it just, every time that I kind of consider going out of my way to talk to you, I feel like I should only ever, I felt like, I should say, I felt like, as in the past tense, I felt like I should only ever contact you because like I needed something. Because that's just kind of like not how it's been, but like how it was a couple of years ago. Like I would call you like, hey auntie, like my car just got towed, can you help me out? Hey auntie, I just like I didn't crash in a parking lot, but like I think I like fell asleep on the road and then my car got towed or something like that, and I would just like call you and you would help me out. But like it's things like that, it's like I appreciate, but like it would be the other things that like I actually want from my relationship with you that I actually kind of seek. So it was just like last night when I was telling you, like I was just kind of like telling you a bunch of things that from my perspective, like growing up with you, and like you just hit me with, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just like, I that's always your usual response. Like even like when Shaquan is around, like if we talk about stuff from the past, you'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But like in general, it was just more so the fact that like everything that I'm going to say moving forward, I feel like I need to address everything that I feel currently, so that everything that I say moving forward makes sense. Because like I don't want it to be like you thinking that, oh, like you were just saying stuff and it didn't make sense. Like last night, like I felt like I knew everything that I was saying, But like if you tell me, oh, it didn't make sense, I would just go out of my way to re-explain it. But like it was just kind of my point. I don't want to like just talk to you with no foundation, if that makes sense. Like I actually want the both of us to be on the same page. Because like if I say something to you, or if I do try to like call you just to talk to you, because like there may be like a specific verse or like something about the Bible or just something in general that I want to talk to you about, I kind of want you to know like where I'm coming from with it. I don't want you to think that like I'm just calling you because like I'm bored or like I'm wasting time or something like that. Because like I can sit and meditate for like hours and days and not be bothered by a single person. Because to be honest, like I actually went out of my way to cut everybody off, and like I actually only go out of my way to talk to you. So it's not like I be sitting here like with nothing else to do, so I'm like, oh, let me call you. No, like it's not like that. I actually sit and I enjoy my day every day, and then I think like, you know what, I actually want to talk to you, so like I'll try to go out of my way to talk to you.
Okay, if that's the case, why go out of your way at 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning?
Those are just usually the times that like it kind of bothers me, but like throughout the day, like our maybe even the day before, sometimes like I actually consider what you may or may not be doing. So like let's just say like it's Thursday and I'm like, oh, I want to call auntie and like kind of like talk to her. I won't call you Thursday because I'm like, Thursday I usually like to call you in the evening, or like I usually like to call you in the evening, um not like while you're getting ready to go to bed, but like just in the evening, so that like I know like you're probably up for but like on a Thursday it's kind of weird because like I feel like you'll actually be doing things like probably putting Willie to bed and just whatever else you have going on. So I usually always put that off, and by the time Friday hits or the next day, whenever it is, it whatever I'm doing throughout the day, whether I'm like meditating, whether I go out for walks or whatever I'm doing, by the time that I actually remember to call you, it is literally like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But my whole next thing too was just the fact that like I don't actually look at the time before I call you. By the time I actually remember to call you, my first instinct is just to go and call you, regardless of like the time of day it is. So like when you did, oh, and other times too, I do want you just to know that like I was thinking about you and I did want to call you. So like sometimes even though like I know it's like real early or real late, I'll call you, and like I won't ever realistically expect an answer, but like just so that you know, because like the next time, like now, realistically I would tell you that like for the most part I don't call you as much, because realistically it's just the fact that I forget. There's just realistically that I forget. Because like I'll tell myself that I want to, and then I'll think like, okay, wait, maybe she's busy right now, so I'll put it off. And then by the time it catches up to me again, it's realistically like wild late or super early. But like I don't, for myself personally, like I would want you to know, like I'm like, all right, hold on, let me just call her, and then if she answers, she answers. But half the time I usually just like hang up midway, so that like if you do end up calling me back because you saw that you had a missed call from me, I'd be able just to just talk to you. But like it usually doesn't happen that way. It just kind of like seems like, it kind of just seems like now that I'm like calling you because I'm bored, or that I'm like annoying you because like I call you at random times and it feels like I'm not like respecting your hours, which I'm not, but like It's just realistically the fact that like I'll kind of do it in hopes that like you'll call back. And like I don't know, I mean maybe I guess sometimes you do, but like in reality it's just usually like me waiting to make sure that I catch you at a specific time where you actually can talk and be on the phone. But like I was saying, like I do also want you to know that like every single time I do end up attempting to call you, it's because like I actually do want to talk to you, or it is something very important that like I may need something, or like whatever I may require something, whatever it is. Like I actually do have those moments where I will call you, go out of my way, and like you may not respond or you may not answer. But like at least I know and at least you know that I actually went out of my way to contact you. Because I don't want it to be a thing where 2 seconds later like dad's yelling at me or just the therapist or whoever is talking to me and they're like, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that, you know. I don't really want those tidbits in my life. I try to go at everything full force and do what I need to and show what I need to, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like even when it came to last night, Auntie, like I think I want to say like a bulk of my conversation kept coming from me telling you that like I was like scared of you, but like a lot of that came from the conversation I was having with Dad, where like I was just because he was telling me that like he was gonna talk to me, or like, I, well, because he said he talked to you, and then he said he was gonna talk to me about whatever it was that like he wanted to talk to me about from his conversation with you, and then before that when you were calling me and Ayana had that thing where like someone was like threatening to like kill me or kidnap me or something like that. um he had told me that you wanted me to call you, and I had told him like I told him personally, I was just like, I'm not about to call you. Just simply because like I always like when I told him and I explained to him like my perspective of you, me and McCoy have very different perspectives of you. Like he thinks you're like super nice, kind, and sweet, and I'm like, no, like that lady will burn down the world if she could, like with a single hand. Like I just like that's like my whole thought process with you. So like we have very different points of view of you. So like I just
You're gonna have
all
to explain. So, okay, I'm a little lost. You said I come off like I'll burn the whole world down?
uh, very much so. I mean, I didn't say like you would come off that way, but like I mean you still do. So like I'm agreeing with that, but like it is just more so like because of all the memories that I have that I can think of with you in, that's just kind of like my perspective of it. Like it's not
You're
like
gonna just give me three of me wanting to, of how you got to I can burn down the world.
yeah,
This is that's interesting. I've never heard that. I've never heard that from anyone.
I'm glad because there's no one else that should have my perspective of you from me, but like in reality that's just genuinely how it is. Because like my whole thing was like when I was like growing up with you, like you would never like you didn't like beat me, you would never like yell at me, like you didn't do a lot of those. But like the thing was that like when other people messed up, I've always watched how you disciplined them. So when it came to me, like you would talk to me.
You're gonna have to once again. You're gonna have to give me three examples of me, how I showed somebody I would burn down the world whenever they did something.
Okay. No. Okay. When it comes to you burning down the world, that's just like my overlook of you and like your capabilities. It's just more so figure of speech.
That's what I'm saying. In order, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just need three examples. That's all.
Okay. So like, in reality, first example would just, you wouldn't even get 3 examples from me from that. Like, it to me, it's just more so like your personality and the type of person that you are. I just think you're extremely capable. I think that there isn't any
But I
challenge
think
that you couldn't overcome.
okay, so if I say that somebody is capable of something, I should have examples. I'm just asking for 3.
Okay. So like,
How do you deter? That's like me saying you a bad driver, but I've never seen you drive,
I can see that.
or I've never been in a car with you. You get what I'm saying? I have to. If I'm going to make
You've
that
never been in a car with me driving.
no, but
I've just thought
Dominic,
about
if
that.
that's just the example. If I'm gonna say that about you, I should say like this. I remember when this happened. I remember when this happened, and that's why I'm saying this. What I'm saying is, just give me 3 examples of how you feel like I can burn down the world. That makes no sense. That's like a big statement. So I'm like, just give me 3 examples, because I've never heard this in my life. So I'm curious. Just 3 examples.
Okay. So like, when you were still living at Bergen Street at grandma's house, you sat there and you buckled down, and this is like my perspective afterwards, like after like I kind of like just sat and like just thought about you, I think randomly while I was in like high school. Like you sat down, you buckled down, and you like just, I didn't know what you did for work, but you just always saved your money, and you were just smart about what you were doing. By the time it came to, I think me and Blessing were just, I think we were still in classes together, so I want to say we were at Clinton. Like Blessing didn't do her homework that often, but like I still did. Like I did my homework, even though we were in the same class. We had the same homework assignments. So like I'd sit at the table doing my homework, and you would come and you would yell at Blessing. You would like literally look at Shaquana like, why is the teacher always calling me? Or like, why is Dominic doing his work and you're not? And then it would turn into like a thing where like you'd be yelling at her, or maybe you even beat her. And then like right afterwards, like not too long later on, like you'll come to me because like I usually need stuff, and like my mom didn't really buy me that much stuff, or like if she did, it was just either like super cheap and didn't work, or just whatever it was. So like it was like I would see you beat the family members that like were doing bad, that kind of deserved it, or at least just like Blessing in particular. And then like you would be like super nice to me, and it was really weird to me because like I didn't actually have somebody like that in my life.
So I don't know what. Yeah, that makes no sense of how you can determine somebody will burn the world down, but
because like no. Well, my whole thing when it comes to things like that is like, it's just more so my way of saying like you're really nice but really capable of being mean.
Okay, but yeah, that means you can't understand, or how to understand how to decipher not to take something out on someone else. So the school calling me for Blessing has nothing to do with you. So why would I treat you bad? Like that makes no sense to me.
Because like
that doesn't make
no,
sense.
but it's because I watch it.
But it wouldn't make sense to anybody else. You must don't know Blessing then when she was in school. Blessing stole $100 out of a teacher pocketbook one time. So you have no idea why.
I remember that. Don't get me wrong.
Then you don't.
I remember that, but my whole thing was
Dominic,
just the fact that like,
understand the frustration of someone that is very embarrassing, as well as I don't raise Blessing like that. So one has nothing to do with another child. Why? And what other child have you ever seen me beat? I think you're like making stuff up right now, because you just said I beat other kids. I've never beat no other kid. I've never beat you.
No.
What kid did you see me beat?
Okay, no, I've.
Like, I think you're
No,
like
no, no,
really
no, no,
quick
wait,
to
wait,
sound
wait, wait,
crazy.
wait. No, no, you have hit, you have hit
And to top
Jerry,
it
you
off,
have hit
watch
Jerry
this,
before.
Dominic, watch this. No, Dominic, watch this. When you guys were in Clinton School or even at Hubbard, I didn't even work at this job. I wasn't working from home. So that's how I know you're confusing stuff.
I didn't know what you did. I just knew that you worked. That's what I was telling you. It was just my point
I
of
know,
view.
but you just said I worked a lot, and that's no. I had 2 different. I was working in New Jersey at the time doing something. I
Exactly.
was in the
You just
same.
no.
I was
You
in the
just said
same
that I said that
company
you worked a
doing.
lot. It didn't matter if you
Yes,
worked
you
at
did.
home or
You said
at work. It was just the fact that I
no.
knew that you worked a lot.
No, I only had one job. I didn't work it a lot. I worked pretty much 9 to 5.
No, but when I say you
That's
work
why
a
I'm like,
lot, no. When I said you worked a lot, my whole point was my perspective of work is when someone goes out of their way to do the things that they need to do to succeed in life. So when I say you
that's
worked
not
a
work
lot,
You have no idea.
no. When I say
Dominic,
that you
I
worked
worked
a
9
lot,
to 5.
because
I did not work a lot. I worked
I'm not
in New
saying that you
Jersey. I
worked
did not work a lot.
I'm not saying that you worked a large amount of hours. I'm just saying that like because we had a conversation when I was at grandma's house, and I think we were talking about Nyla and like kids, and because Nyla had a conversation with Grant about hitting kids back at school, and you told her not to tell him things like that. You were telling me that like when you was at grandma's house, that you kind of sat down, you worked, you went to work, and then you saved your money, and then you went to go buy a house. But like
Dominic, you mixing years up and everything. I know for a fact that I had that conversation with you here in Texas. I did not have no conversation.
No. We didn't have that conversation in Texas. I was actually
Dominic,
walking.
I bought my house.
It was before you bought the house. Because you told
Dominic,
me you were.
said I saved up to buy it and bought a house.
No, well, you didn't buy the house. Actually, you had it built. But like, you had told me that you had a different offer for I guess maybe like a different home that was
Dominic,
bigger.
I told you that in Texas. I did not tell you that there.
That I wasn't in Texas. I wasn't in Texas.
1,000% sure.
Auntie.
Dominic, I'm 1,000%.
Auntie.
I did not tell you that story.
Auntie.
I did not tell you that.
Auntie, I was
Dominic,
not in Texas when you told me that.
I'm telling you, you were in Texas. I didn't tell you that story in New Jersey.
No. You were in Texas. I was in Jersey. We were on the phone.
I just told you I was in Texas when I told you that, and you said I was not.
No, I'm saying I was in Jersey. That's Dominic, what I was telling you.
I told you. All right. Okay. I see you changing the story up. Okay, continue.
No. I'm not trying to. Yes. I'm just saying. No, I was saying that I was in Jersey.
Dominic, do you realize you just said that the same time that Nyla, somebody told Grant he was getting hit, and I told Nyla not to say that? That did not happen in Texas.
I'm not saying it happened. No. I said that.
Grant hasn't lived with me in 3 years. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
no.
This stuff did not happen. Nyla was not in my house telling Grant.
I'm not saying that Nyla was in your house telling Grant. I'm saying that we were on the phone, and you told me that story.
Nyla did not tell Grant. Nobody hit Grant. Grant didn't get in the fight until this year. And he's not even here in Texas.
I don't even know if he got into a fight or not. I'm not saying that he got into a fight.
You just said that, well, ain't nobody hit him. The first time somebody hit him was this year.
Okay, well, that may be right then. Well, maybe
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then maybe it was just like people were bullying Grant. I don't know what it was, but you were telling me a story about
when Grant was getting bullied. Once again, he was in Virginia. He wasn't in New Jersey, though.
Okay, but my thing was that Nyla told Grant something, and you told Nyla not to tell him that.
And you said that you were in New Jersey and I was here. So you're telling me Nyla was on the phone?
No. It was just me and you on the phone, and you were telling me the story of it.
No, I did not tell you that Nyla told Grant to hit somebody back.
No. Nyla gave Grant advice, and you didn't
You
like the advice that Nyla was giving Grant.
And you heard this over the phone.
No, I didn't hear it over the phone. When we were talking,
So where did you get that from?
no, you got it. No, you told it to me, yes, over the phone, but I didn't hear the actual conversation itself. I wasn't there for anything.
Told Grant.
Yeah, you told me that like Nyla was talking to Grant about something. You were maybe in the kitchen, at like, Bergen Street or wherever you guys were. But you pretty much just told me that Nyla was talking to Grant, was trying to give Grant advice, about defending himself, and you told Nyla not to because what Nyla failed to understand was that Grant was like one of the very few black kids in a predominantly white school, because Grant was going to school in Virginia, and you were pretty much saying that like just because like you feel like, or I guess Nyla felt like it was the right thing to say to him, I guess, and just him defending himself, not all the time he can, because like, life doesn't just work that way. And that was just kind of like, but we had also, right before that, we were talking about how you were saying that you had a different house to get, or that there was another house that like a family or a couple tried to give you, but you declined it, and it didn't make sense to you at the time. But now you had, or during that time when you had said like, oh, grandma.
You're right. I told that's my point is, you told me that I told you that in New Jersey, and I'm like, no, I was in Virginia, like I was in Texas. But
oh, no, I was just saying, no, I was saying that for me. I wasn't saying that for you. I was saying that for me.
Okay, so how does this story equal of how I'm supposed to paint out to be the devil, or I can burn the world down? Because I'm still trying to figure out where this story is going.
Yeah, no, it was just more so the fact that like,
because what you fail to understand, you just told me that I told Nyla that my black son should not be a statistic. So to me, a person that want to burn down the world wouldn't tell somebody that. They would actually tell them to hit them back. They would actually tell them to be violent. But
I actually don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, but Dominic, I'm still trying to understand. You still haven't said not one thing that would make somebody paint a picture of them burning the world down. So right now you're like, I just feel like you're reaching. Not one.
No. But that's because I told you my perspective of it is different. My whole thing about it was just more so the fact that like, I think that you're extremely capable of doing a lot of good, and I've also seen you, I guess, violent. So like,
Dominic, you didn't reach violent. You saw me beating my child, discipline.
That's just violent. But I told you that was my perspective. But I was just telling you that was my perspective growing up.
Your perspective was I can burn down the world. That makes no sense. One doesn't go with the other. Once again, if I told you that you are a bad driver, I should have 3 examples of how you're a bad driver. You still haven't told me how I can burn down the world.
But I don't need to see you burn down the world just to know that you're capable of doing. You don't even have to burn a country down to
Dominic,
do so.
You're absolutely right, but you should have an example of someone being capable, not an example of me actually burning down the world, but being capable.
Yes, no, but that was my entire point, though. It was just the fact that
wasn't your point.
No. My point was just that I think that you can.
That makes no sense.
But like, my whole point was just the fact that I just felt like that's just what you're capable of.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but if you can take something and turn it, that means you're dangerous mentally. Because you can take something as somebody being disciplined and turn it into, oh, this person can burn down the world, and that's scary to me.
Well, but that was what I was telling you yesterday.
Your mind is making up something that makes no sense on how you got there.
No, but that's what I was telling you yesterday, because I told you that my conversation with Dad, like after he was telling me from this time that he said that he talked to you and then he had to talk to me. I was like, I don't know what it is, but like it's scaring me. And like even before, when I was telling you about Ayana, and like you called me, I didn't answer, and then you called my dad, and you were telling him like, oh, if Dominic's there, tell him to call me. I told him like I was scared to do so because like literally like my whole thing was like, and then last night too, because you said I wasn't making sense last night. I was just telling you that like
Dominic, Ayana had somebody. She let me listen to the recording.
yeah, no. My whole thing was the fact that I tell him, I tell my dad all the time that I'm scared of you, and his point and his perspective of you is that he doesn't understand why I would be scared of you.
But Dominic, that's because that's something mental, and I feel like you're just making stuff up. But Ayana says she called you several times, and you didn't pick up the phone. And what I'm saying is, I called your father, and your father said you sitting right there in the house with him.
Yeah,
so
no, but my thing was
to be crying. She was crying on the phone hysterically, calling every family member to talk about has anybody talked to Dominic.
Yeah, I know I talked to Ayana, but my whole thing was that I didn't actually get a call from Ayana that day.
Yes, you did. Dominic,
no, I'm saying that day I didn't get a call from Ayana. But
Dominic,
no,
okay.
I'm sorry. Not that day.
Sitting there on that phone.
Not that day. It was just before you had called or before you called my dad. I didn't know Ayana called me. I didn't know
Ayana told me she was on the phone with you.
No, she was. Afterwards.
You just said Ayana didn't.
No, that's why I said no. I kept saying I'm sorry. I literally kept saying I'm sorry because I did talk to Ayana that day. After I got off the phone with you, I talked to Ayana.
No, Ayana told me. Ayana sat there and told all of us the story that she was on the phone with you, and then somebody snatched the phone out of your hand.
That's
so you're
not.
Telling me
no. That's not it. Yeah, that's not what happened. Ayana.
No. But what you just
no.
Dominic, stop
Ayana.
Right what you just said was
nobody snatched the phone out of my hand.
You talked to Ayana. No, you said you talked to Ayana after you talked to me. Now you're trying to change the story and say you talked to Ayana before you talked to me.
No, I'm not. No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that. I did not call. No, what I said was I did not know. No, what I was saying that Ayana didn't call me before I got on the phone with you. But you had said that Ayana was calling me. And I'm not saying, no. I'm not saying that Ayana didn't call me. I'm saying that I didn't receive a call from Ayana.
Told us that Ayana told
before you called me. It wasn't until after I got on the phone with you that I talked to Ayana that I was on the phone with Ayana for the first time in that day. That was when that was. No. What Ayana explained to me was that somebody called her who sounded exactly like me and had said that I was being kidnapped or I was going to get kidnapped. And they knew my name and they knew that Ayana was related to me, but Ayana said that they thought that Ayana was my mother. So Ayana then said, whoever it was doesn't know that my mom is dead. Because they tried to get ransom money out of her and assumed that she was my mom. That's what that was. I wasn't saying that I didn't talk to Ayana that day. I wasn't trying to say that. What I was attempting to say was that when you had told me that Ayana was calling me prior to, I didn't receive any of those calls. That's all I was saying. Like, because of the fact that I actually do like talking to Ayana. And I do call Ayana and I do talk to Ayana. And I text Ayana. So, like, if she was to have called me, I would have answered. But by the time that my dad came to me and told me that, hey, Priscilla said to call her, I told him I was scared. Because I was just like, I think it's very weird that, like, you would have to contact somebody else and tell that person to contact, or tell that person to tell me to contact you.
Dominic, now I know you're going crazy because I had to do that with your cousin Tristan. I called Tristan and Tristan told me I just watched Dominic send you to the voicemail. So now you're telling me The same, you're telling me you don't know why I called McCoy, but I'm telling you.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't tell you that I didn't know why. I told you that it scared me. I didn't tell you I didn't know why. I told you that it scared me. That's all I was saying. Regardless of whether it was my dad, regardless of whether it was Tristan, it could be Shaquana.
So why you ain't tell Tristan that?
That I was scared of you?
Yeah, like I didn't pick up the phone because I'm scared of my aunt.
Because like I didn't even have that much time with Tristan, to be honest. And like whenever like I did talk to you, it was just like the fact that like I actually did want to talk to you, and it was just weird. But like I didn't go out of my way to tell Tristan I was scared of you. I just didn't have that much time with Tristan. I was with Tristan for maybe about a month. I worked
No,
for
you weren't. You were there almost 3 months.
No, I wasn't there
almost
3 months. Cause
yeah,
no. I got there.
You realize that I bought your plane tickets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when you got there.
I can tell you when I left. I know I left November 13th. That's it.
You just told me.
I think I got there. I think I got there in like September or August.
You got there in
August, September, October, November. So I would say end of September. End of August. So September, October, November. Okay, so 3 months. I was there for 3 months. I usually jock it up to a month only because I'm only ever thinking about me going to work at Chick-fil-A. That's the only reason I jock it up to a month.
That's my point of telling you that that's mental and it's not real. That was my point of telling you. I know that you were there 3 months and you're telling me, oh, I only count the time I was working.
No, I'm not saying that I only counted. I was just saying, I was, no.
That's what that means.
What I was saying to you, is that my whole point was that I wasn't there that long.
How long you've been in Colorado?
Yeah, because my whole point was that I wasn't there that long. So it was more so just like a
and I said
expression.
3 months, and you said 1 month, and in your mind you're counting the time.
No, because it was an expression. It was an expression.
I think that's not an expression. That's
no,
delusional.
it's me telling you that I wasn't there that long, like I had just said. Because you said why didn't I tell Tristan that? And I told you I wasn't there that long. I wasn't with him that long.
But it doesn't matter how long you were there. The same thing happened when you didn't pick up your phone.
No. My whole point was the fact that I'm closer to my dad than I'm closer to Tristan.
Dominic, if that's the excuse that you want to go with,
it's not the excuse. What I'm saying is because what you're saying is why didn't I tell Tristan that I was scared of you? Dominic, but why do I tell my dad I'm scared of you?
That's what you want to tell yourself, run with it. Just like you just said, you only been there a month, and that's what you believe. Run with it.
It wasn't. It was an expression.
Dominic, I bought the plane tickets. It was an expression. That's facts. You were there 3 months. Like what are you talking about?
I counted it out. I counted it out and told you.
I know, but that's scary that you counted it out and then you still dismissed it that it was 3 months, and then
I didn't dismiss that it was 3 months. I just went back to tell you that in me telling you I was only there for about a month was just me saying it was an expression that I felt like I wasn't there with Tristan long enough to tell him things like, yo, I'm actually scared of you.
That was an expression.
No, that was my point though. That was the only thing that I was attempting to get out.
Okay.
Was just the fact that yes, I was with Tristan for about 3 months. So your point to me was why didn't I say that to Tristan when I was with him? And my point to you was just I had said, and I incorrectly said this, I was only there for about a month. And then you corrected me. And I was just like, you're right. I was there for about 3 months or however long. Okay. And then I explained to you why I only say about a month. Because there is 2 reasons. One, I only realistically count the amount of time that I was going to work. And then I went to the psych ward and then left. And then also on the fact that I just also felt like I wasn't there long enough with Tristan. So it was just all to me a sum up of how I actually felt about it. I didn't feel like I spent enough time with Tristan. I felt like I was there one moment and then I was gone the next.
looking back on it, although I do know I spent like 3 months out there. Maybe a little bit more. Probably, it should be a little bit more than 3 months. But my whole thing was just the fact that, like I was saying, because you had said this made no sense. I told you that I was closer to my dad than Tristan. So I was trying to tell you that it was